So I checked this out from the library. This is The Human Target Volume 1 by Tom King and Greg Smallwood. This won an Eisner for Best Limited Series in 2023. I have long wanted to read this because I'm a huge fan of Greg Smallwood's art. I'm not a big fan of Tom King's writing. I think he's average at best. He just gets paired up with great artists and then wins an Eisner. So basically the whole story is that this character, Human Target, this is one of those Black Label books, so it's non-canon, so anything goes. It's an Elseworlds book, but they call it Black Label, or they used to anyway. I think they went back to Elseworlds. And so basically, during a gig where he's paid to impersonate Lex Luthor because there's an assassination attempt on him, he finds out he's been poisoned. So he goes and tries to figure out who poisoned him. He's got 12 days to live. There's a lot of dialogue, a lot of narration. This tries to have like a film noir kind of story, but the problem is that the film noir writing doesn't sync up with this beautiful, bright Greg Smallwood art. So that's one thing that doesn't really work. And secondly, these characters are just, it's a typical Tom King throwing some kind of really ugly characterizations on people. During the story, the Human Target and the superhero Ice are a couple, and apparently she used to date Guy Gardner. So Guy Gardner appears at her house, and he's a stalker ex-boyfriend. He's like, no, baby, you understand. And she's telling him, get the hell out of the house, get the hell out of my house, until now they start having a fight. And then he does this cringy-ass Brian Azzarello-like dialogue where he says, you need to learn what's good for you. So Human Target fires a bullet, it gets stopped, it distracts him, so Ice freezes him solid, so the Human Target punches his head and decapitates him. I mean, it's like, this is the best limited series in 2020 for 2023? This is just like great art wrapped around a very mediocre story. So I read half of this and then I just skipped to the end just to see what happened. This is when they got greedy and decided to do a 12-issue miniseries instead of one trade. They decided to do 2 hardcovers. My library doesn't carry volume 2. I'm not interested in reading volume 2. I'm of firm belief that I think the Eisners are mostly full of crap, and if an Eisner is won by a deserving creator or creators, it's more out of luck than it is out of any design. Yeah, this is a big no for me.